This is Lacy Robertson, the hardest working woman in mortgage and real estate nationwide, and I'm here to bring you this week's report of California companies that will be laying off a significant amount of workforce where we received their notice between September 12th and September 18th. Now, if you're new to me, let me share with you before I ask you to like, share, comment this information. Let me share with you. I'm getting tongue tied why sharing this information is so important to me. Many, many years ago, I was getting ready to purchase a piece of property. I was super excited. I was getting ready to get a new property. The seller was getting ready to get the proceeds from the sale of their property. I had signed loan documents, and let me stop right there. If you ever purchase a piece of property and you sign loan documents, like that's it. There's no rescission period. You sign those loan documents, it's a matter of hours your loan is going to be funded. So listen, I sign my loan documents, I go back to work, and I find out that myself and 399 other people were getting laid off that day, no warning or anything. You can only imagine what was going through my mind. I knew I was buying a house. Like the company didn't know, but I knew. So I had to get on the phone. I had to call my realtor at the time. I had to call my mortgage broker at the time and say, look, you can't fund this loan. I don't have a job. I had to fax them over the paperwork because, look, I don't have a job. Like, this is not good for me. So, yes, I said fax. That just tells you how long, because we hardly use faxes these days. But anyways, thankfully, I was able to unravel the transaction. But the unfortunate part is things that I paid up front, like my home inspection, my pest, or it was called termite inspection back then, my appraisal, those fees, my down payment, I didn't get that back. I have removed all my contingencies because I just knew everything was good to go. However, so the reason why I share this information is twofold. One, I want you to know that, first of all, I want you to think about if there's a possibility that you might get laid off, what would you do differently? Like, what would you do differently? Would you not go on that lavish vacation, not go on that shopping spree, not buy that new house, not buy that new car? Would you, chill out for a second? Would you refinance maybe, create you a little nest egg, pay off some bills to see you through that season of your life? What would you do differently? Would you dust off that resume and start putting some fillers out there, update it, put some fillers out there to see if people are hiring in your workforce? Would you start writing that new books, open up that new business? Like, what would you do differently if there was a possibility that you might get laid off? So that's why I share this information. The second reason why I share it is because I want you to know you don't have to lose your house just because you lost your job or you're facing a financial hardship. Listen, there are options available for you. You don't have to use it. So whether you have a loss of household income due to a death, a divorce, an illness, an injury, or layoff, there are options available. But guess what? They're not automatic. Nobody's going to knock down your door and tell you to take advantage of them. No, they're not going to do that. I come on every week. If you follow me on different social platforms, you know I'm constantly talking about information like this, that I really am the hardest working woman in mortgage and real estate nationwide. And I help people. I love what I do because I help people save their homes. I help people sell and buy and finance and refinance. And when life gives them lemons, I help them make lemonade when they've encountered a hardship. So that's the two reasons why I share this information. What would you do differently? If you can plan ahead, knowledge is power. Now, of course, I don't know the names of people getting laid off. If you hear your company and you hear your address or the location of your company, you may say, you know what? Well, let me kind of see. Let me see if I'm going to be affected. And if you are, you feel like you're affected, you can pick up the phone and dial 714-914-7254. Again, that's 714-914-7254. You can pick up the phone and dial and like, Lacy, I need your help. I'm one of the ones that's getting laid off and I need you to help me because I've been helping clients for years lower their mortgage payment, make it more affordable so they don't have to exhaust all their savings trying to make their mortgage payment each month. Now, I'm going to share with you what I was able to do with one of my clients before I go over this list. Before I go over this list, let me share with you a modification. This client had a loss of income. Mind you, I've been doing this for years, okay? This client had a loss of income. Their previous mortgage payment, I have it highlighted here, was their previous mortgage payment was $2,208.77. This is the previous one. Let me just highlight that one by itself. Okay. That only included interest. That was an interest only payment. That was an interest only payment. So that didn't include principal. It didn't include taxes and insurance. I was able to come in, okay, modify their mortgage. And now I have the new highlighted amount. I was able to modify their mortgage, make it more affordable. Their payment was $1,921.35. I saved them $511.54 a month. Why? Because this new payment of $1,921.35, you see what it says here? It includes principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. So their one mortgage payment that they were paying each and every month included principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. Unlike their previous mortgage payment, which was over $2,000, I'm going to highlight it here, only included interest. So that's the reason why I share the information. I want people to know that there's help. There's temporary options like a forbearance plan or a repayment plan, but there's more permanent options like a refinance, a loan modification. There's options available. And I'm your girl to help you get through those times, right? Okay, so let me go over. As I promised, I release this video every Monday at 5 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, a list of California companies that will be laying off workforce. This week, we received and processed their notice between September 12th and September 18th. So I'm going to give you the date the company is laying off, obviously the company name. I'm going to let you know how many they're laying off and the address, the location of the property, okay? I also let you know whether it's a temporary layoff, if the layoff is permanent, if they're closing. So I give you kind of those details. Now, sometimes companies will come up on here and you may not have seen a news story about it. Do not trip. Sometimes these layoffs, they're just changing management. So a management company that was really overseeing the staff at a company, they may no longer be overseeing them. So they're laying off, but those people are actually not losing their job. It's just another management company coming in and taking over. I'm not privy to be able to decipher those, but this gives you a good inclination of what's going on at these respective companies, dates, and all of that. So let's get started. Here we go. Okay, on November 14th, GXO Logistics Supply Chain is laying off permanently 114 people at 3520 Cactus Avenue in Bloomington. You have October 11th. Activision Blizzard is laying off permanently 110 people at 2701 Olympic Boulevard, Building B in Santa Monica. October 11th, Activision Blizzard is laying off permanently 140 people at 16215 Alton Parkway in Irvine. You have November 15th. Activision Blizzard is laying off permanently 143 people at 13031 West Jefferson Boulevard, Suite 200 in Los Angeles. You have November 15th. ITC Federal is laying off permanently 31 people at 24,000 Avila Road in Laguna Niguel. November 15th, Foundation for California Community Colleges, laying off permanently 368 people at 1102 Q Street, Suite 4800 in Sacramento. We have November 15th, Converse Inc. is laying off permanently 46 people at 1460 South Hofer Ranch Road in Ontario. You have November 15th, Converse Inc. is laying off permanently 1 people at 4450 East Lowell Street in Ontario. November 20th, Hewelling Camarillo Inc., hopefully I'm saying that correctly, is closing permanently. They're laying off 203 people at 647 Laguna Road in Camarillo. You have November 22nd, Advantis Inc. is closing permanently. They're laying off 88 people at 48580 Cato Road in Fremont. December 31st, Southwire Company LLC is closing permanently. They're laying off 78 people at 9199 Cleveland Avenue, Suite 100 in Rancho Cucamonga. November 15th, we have Cisco Systems Inc. laying off permanently 134 people at 500 Terry A. Francois Boulevard in San Francisco. Like, I know I'm not saying that correctly. But nevertheless, let's keep on moving. November 15th, Cisco Systems is laying off 563 people at 170 West Tasman Drive in San Jose. November 15th, Cisco Systems is laying off permanently 145 people, 560 McCarthy Boulevard in Milpitas. November 18th, International Business Machines Corporation, IBM. That's what it stands for. It's laying off permanently 58 people at 425 Market Street in San Francisco. You have November 18th, International Business Machines Corporation, IBM, is laying off permanently 54 people at 555 Bailey Avenue in San Jose. You have December 9th, Monterey Mushrooms LLC is closing permanently. They're laying off 605 people at 777 Mayor Court in Royal Oaks. Last but not least, you have October 19th, Cupboard Inc. is closing permanently. They're laying off 27 people. 2020 William Street and San Leandro. So that is this week's list of California companies that will be laying off significant workforce where we received and processed their notice between September 12th and September 18th. Remember, if you are experiencing a loss of income, whether it's due to a death, a divorce, an illness, or injury, there are options available for you. Okay, they're not automatic. You got to raise your hand. You got to give me a call. You can visit my website at modifymenow.com, or better yet, pick up the phone and dial 714-914-7254. I'm Lacy Robertson, the hardest working woman in mortgage and real estate nationwide. I look forward to working with you and for you. And until then, have a blessed day.